Hello, fourth grade. It's so good to see you here. I hope that you are having a good time being at home, enjoying the time that you have with your family. And today we're going to keep practicing and keep working on Unit 2, and it's called our schedule. And today we are going to learn question words. We have only 3, but it's important for you to know that there exist lots and different types of question words, but we are going to learn only 3, and in other grades you are going to learn the rest. So we have 3, like I said, and we have what, where, and how often. It's important for you to know also that these question words, like their name says, are used to make questions. So I'm going to show you the presentation, and I'm going to read their uses, when to use them, what do they mean, and some examples or how to use them. So the first one that we have in here is what. This is one of the most common. For example, have you heard about what is your name? What are you doing? Or something like that. So it is used to refer to an specific information. I want to know the thing. Like in the example I said, what is your name? So I want to know your name. That's the thing. That's the important thing in here. So that's the example that we have in here. What is your name? What is her job? Okay. So, and we have also where. Where. We have that is used when referring to our place or location. I want to know the place. Where is the library? Where do you live? Or for example, where are you from? ¿De dónde eres? Okay, so that's the important place that we are asking about. Where are you from? Where do you live? Where is the library? For example, when you are on the street, walking on the street, and you need to find a place. So, where is the library? Well, the library is on the corner of, in front of, etc. Okay? I want to know where the library is, the location of the library. So, how often? It refers to a frequency. Remember, maybe it reminds you about the adverbs of frequency that we learned when we were on third grade. For example, always, never, usually, sometimes. Okay, we learned those 4 adverbs of frequency. So these questions that start by how often are sometimes answered by using those 4 adverbs of frequency. Don't forget that there are lots of adverbs of frequency. Those 4 are in all. We have different types of adverbs of frequency. Some examples are: how often does she study? How often do you visit your grandmother? For example, I would say, I study every day. I study sometimes. I study sometimes. Sometimes I study. And that's it. Let's review. These question words are used at the beginning of each question. Al inicio de cada pregunta vamos a usarlos. Not at the middle, not at the end. At the beginning. Look at the example. What is your name? What is her job? We have what at the beginning of these 2 questions. Where is the library? Where do you live? We have where at the beginning of these 2 questions. How often does she study? How often do you visit your grandmother? We have how often at the beginning of the questions. Let's go back. What is used when we are referring to a specific information. I want to know the thing. I want to know some information. Where is used referring to a place or location. I want to know the place. How often is refers to frequency. How often does she study? So now we are going to go to the activities, and they are on the students book page 21. So I hope you have your students book by your side. If you don't have the students book, don't worry. I hope you are copying the activities on your notebook if you can print them. So we have that it's page 21, and we have two activities, but first of all we have the grammar in here and also in here. But it's important to read everything because everything is going to help us. These charts help us to do the activities that we are going to do later. Also, in this part tells us some information about the things that we are going to do next. I will learn to use where, what, how often to ask about activities. Remember that this topic is called our schedule. Example, where is she going after school? The answer says she or he is going to soccer practice. And the next example says, what are you doing tonight? I am watching a movie at home. Or, what are they doing tonight? They are watching a movie at home. That's it. So, activity 11 says, complete the questions, then match questions and answers. So, the first thing that we are going to do in this activity is to complete the questions by using what, where, and how often, okay? You only have 3 options. You have the first one that it's already answered, and it says, number 1, what are they doing after school? Number 2, blank, is your sister going? Number 3, are we going after dinner? Number 4, blank, is Mr. Lee doing after class? When you finish completing where, what, how often, now you can match with the answers. You have letter A, she's going to the bookstore. Letter B is already used with number 1. They're going shopping. Letter C, he's helping in the school garden. Letter B, we're going to grandma's house. And that's it. You are going to write A, B, C, or D in here. Next activity. For the next activity, we need to check the next chart that it's in orange and also in blue. How often does he or she have guitar lessons? And there are different types of answer. You can answer by using adverbs of frequency and also time expressions. So we have once a week, twice a year, every Friday, on Sundays, once a month, every summer. So the next question says, how often do you go to the dentist? You can also say, I go to the dentist twice a year. Or, how often does she have guitar lessons? In my case, I would say I never take guitar lessons. So now activity 12 says, answer the questions. How often do you go to the dentist? I already said my answer. I go to the dentist twice a year. I go to the dentist every month, for example. You need to answer how often, with how frequency do you go to the dentist, do you do these activities? ¿Con qué frecuencia, qué tan seguido haces estas actividades? Twice a year, 2 veces al año, once a week, una vez a la semana, and etc. You can answer with different answers. There you have some examples, but there exists some other answers that you can use. Number 2 says, how often do you play sports? I will say, I never play sports, or maybe I always play sports. Number 3, how often does your English teacher give tests? Every 2 months. or 5 times a year, etc. Okay, you can answer with different answers. You can use different type of answers, so you can have different ideas, different answers. And that's it for the book. For the notebook, we have copy on your notebook. Complete the questions using where, what, and how often. This is going to be super simple because you only have 3 questions and also 3 options. The first one, do you walk your dog? Is the school? Is his name? Where, what, and how often. You copy this on your notebook. It is not necessary to copy like you are watching it. You can copy in different form in a different way. But it's important to write your name and the date. Also for the activities for the book. Name and date. Take a picture of page 21 already answered and take a picture of this activity on your notebook so I can check that you are working at home. I hope this was super clear, but if it wasn't, well, send your questions to me and I'll be happy to answer to you. I'll see you the next time. Tomorrow, remember that we have a Zoom meeting and I'll be waiting to meet you there. Stay safe, be on time. Be on time tomorrow. It's important. Remember that we are using the Step Inside book and it's important to be there. Remember that I left you an assignment and you can check which is going to be the reading that we are going to read tomorrow. And so you can practice the reading and reading before the class. But it's important for you that you are not allowed to answer the activities. These activities are for the Zoom class. I'll meet you there. Stay home, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.